Have you felt demotivated after a series of failures or obstacles when building your company? Have you ever thought like abandoning your journey because things were just too hard? If so, watch this video because I'm going to give you a clear framework to end all your motivation problems once and for all. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share the number one question you need to ask yourself at every crossroads to ensure you're always motivated. Let's get to it. I am the CEO and founder of Selfmastered, which is a high-performance training company. We help entrepreneurs and business leaders scale their businesses by teaching them 8 core high-performance skills that allow them to operate at peak potential when managing their businesses. Now, before we dive deep into how to best solve your motivation problems once and for all, consider subscribing because there is a few free videos every week to help people like you reliably transform into laser-focused top performance. So today I'm going to share with you a clear framework you can use to assess your motivation level and, more importantly, ensure you're always motivated. And yes, I said it, you can always be motivated 24/7. It is just a skill that can be learned. And you learn that by understanding a core feature of human beings, and is that we are narrative creatures. We are constantly creating narrative and interpretation about past events and future projections. So we're always living a story, and we have the responsibility to create the story that better suits us as entrepreneurs building a business, which is always something difficult. So the way of solving all motivation problems is by having a sound personal narrative that uses and leverages everything that happened to you in the most positive light. And really, this is so powerful because if you look at the story of myths, you'll see that each religion has a different myth that is based on the same structure, which is called the hero's journey. The hero's journey is a common narrative archetype in which a hero leaves his hometown, goes through a series of ordeals, transforms himself internally, achieves great things externally, and come back to his hometown transformed. That's the basis of the story of Christ, the story of Buddha, the story of Muhammad, the story of Rama. All religions have their own myths that are based on these archetypes. If you're interested in learning more about this, check Joseph Campbell's work, especially the Hero of the Thousand Faces book. And why is this relevant to you? Well, because you need to create your own hero story. You need to understand yourself that building a business is indeed an heroic adventure. And therefore, hardships, ordeals, obstacles, challenges are to be expected because that's what's going to build the narrative that you seek to build. If things were easy, then it wouldn't make sense to feel proud of achieving them. You need to overcome what others want in order to create the results others can even fathom. So every time you think something is very hard or you deserve better or others have it easier or I don't know, you've been trying too many times to do something, really ask yourself if you wish your journey to be easier. Because if you wish your journey to be easier, you're really forsaking a bit of the glory that comes from overcoming deals and challenges. So it's really very, very important that you see yourself as the hero of your own story and create a narrative that uses everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, to foster that heroic quest that you embarked upon when you first started building your business. And this is how you end all your motivation problems. Because once you have a clear goal and a clear understanding of who you are, then everything is easier. Because you now know that all the hardship is exactly to be expected. And you do not get demotivated. You do not get sad. You do not get angry because things don't come your way. Because you know that the harder the things you're trying to do, the better the rewards you're going to get. This sounds simple, even simplistic, but I can assure you that once you start building that narrative, you're going to have unwavering self-confidence and motivation, which is what you wanted when you first started your business. And now this leads me to the number one question you need to be asking yourself at every crossroads, right? At every challenge, at every obstacle. The number one question I always tell entrepreneurs to ask themselves is, would you die for this? Would you generally die for this? Would you die for the people you work for? Did you die for the company you're building? Would you die for your family? Would you die for your friends? If at every crossroads, the answer has to be yes, because death is the number one prioritization mechanism we have to understand what's valuable for us. So if you cut yourself doing stuff you wouldn't die for, chances are that's some BS work that you need to remove. Nobody would ever die for, I don't know, watching a Netflix show. But I know, because I talk to them, that most entrepreneurs building incredible things will die for the narrative, the story they're building in their minds and in the market with their business. This is really deep, so reflect on this. Would you die for everything you do on a daily basis? If the answer is yes, congratulations, you are on the right path, and great things are just a matter of time, not chance. If you won't die for what you're doing at this moment, I ask you to consider your choices, because you may be wasting your potential pursuing avenues that just don't matter to you. So I hope this was useful. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think about this framework, about a personal narrative being the necessary skill you need to develop to solve all your motivation problems? And of course, what do you think about the number one question that I ask entrepreneurs? Would you die for the business you're building? Would you die for the people you work with? Because that's exactly what drives motivation and results in the long term. And of course, if you want a proven framework that gets this idea and puts it on steroids and makes sure that you transform your personal performance and thus scale your business, apply to the Selfmastered Performance Accelerator, because we still have a few spots this month. I would love to analyze if this program is for you. See you in the next video.